Imagine a mother standing over the bodies of her own two young sons, their blood still warm on her hands. She doesn't cry, she doesn't scream. Instead, she smiles, because she has just destroyed the only thing her husband truly loved. This is not a horror movie. This is not fiction. This is Medea, the ancient Greek tragedy that shocked the world 2,500 years ago and still feels dangerously real today. A wife betrayed by her husband, a sorceress pushed beyond human limits, a mother who chose the cruelest revenge imaginable. She killed her own children just to make her unfaithful husband suffer. If you think you know how dark love and revenge can get, you have no idea. In the shadowed halls of ancient Corinth, where the echoes of betrayal still linger, a story unfolds that has haunted humanity for over 2,000 years. This is not a tale of heroes and glory. This is Medea, Euripides' masterpiece of vengeance, a tragedy so raw, so merciless, that it shocked the audiences of 431 BC and continues to chill us today. Imagine a woman who gave up everything for love, a sorceress of immense power, a mother, and a wife betrayed so deeply that her love turns into something monstrous. Today, we dive into the dark heart of Medea, the story of a wife who takes the ultimate revenge on her faithless husband Jason by destroying everything he holds dear, even their own innocent children. This is a story of passion, betrayal, and the terrifying power of a wounded soul. Welcome to one of the most disturbing and powerful tragedies ever written. To understand Medea's fury, we must go back to the beginning, to the legendary quest of the Golden Fleece. Jason, the handsome prince of Iolcus, sets sail on the famous ship Argo with a band of heroes known as the Argonauts. His mission? To retrieve the Golden Fleece, a sacred treasure guarded by a sleepless dragon in the distant kingdom of Colchis. Colchis is ruled by King Euripides, a cruel and powerful man. His daughter is Medea, a princess, a priestess of the witch goddess Hecate, and a sorceress feared for her magic. The gods themselves intervene. Aphrodite strikes Medea with overwhelming love for Jason. She falls desperately, dangerously in love. Medea betrays her own father and her people to help Jason. She gives him a magic ointment that protects him from fire. She lulls the dragon to sleep so he can seize the fleece. When King Euripides pursues them, Medea commits her first horrific act. She murders her own brother, chops his body into pieces, and scatters them into the sea. Her father, forced to stop and collect the remains for burial, loses precious time. Jason and Medea escape. But the horrors do not end there. Back in Iolcus, Jason's uncle Peleus has stolen the throne from Jason's father. Medea, using her dark arts, tricks Peleus's own daughters into boiling their father alive, promising it will restore his youth. When the deception is revealed, Jason and Medea are driven into exile. They settle in Corinth. There, they live as husband and wife. They have 2 young sons. For a time, it seems like peace. But Jason is ambitious. He is a hero who craves status, security, and a royal future. And so he betrays the woman who sacrificed everything for him. He abandons Medea and their children to marry Glauca, the young, beautiful daughter of Creon, the king of Corinth. This new marriage will give Jason power, wealth, and Greek legitimacy. Medea, the foreign sorceress, the barbarian from the east, is no longer useful. She is to be cast aside like an old tool. The nurse, an old servant who has watched over the family, stands outside the palace and weeps. She hears Medea inside, sobbing, cursing the day she ever met Jason, cursing her own children because they remind her of their father. "Oh, how I wish I had never been born," Medea cries in her grief. The tutor brings the children home, unaware of the storm brewing. The chorus, a group of Corinthian women, pities Medea. They understand the pain of a woman discarded. But Medea's pain is not ordinary. It is volcanic. It is transforming into something far more dangerous than sorrow. Creon, the king, arrives in fear. He knows Medea's reputation for magic and revenge. He orders her into immediate exile. She and her children must leave Corinth by morning. Medea begs on her knees. She pleads for just one more day. "Think of my children," she says. Creon, moved by pity, or perhaps foolishly, grants her a single day. That one day is all she needs. Alone with the chorus, Medea delivers one of the most powerful speeches in all of Greek tragedy. She speaks of the misery of being a woman in ancient Greece. "We women are the most unfortunate creatures. We must buy a husband with a great dowry, and he becomes our master. If the marriage is unhappy, we cannot easily escape. A man, when he is tired of his wife, can go out and find relief. But we women must look only to one man." She declares that she would rather stand 3 times in the front line of battle than give birth once. Her words burn with the injustice faced by women, trapped, powerless, yet capable of terrible things when pushed too far. Then Jason arrives, smug and self-justifying. He claims he is marrying Glauca for the good of the family, to give their sons powerful stepbrothers and security. He says he has always been kind to Medea. He even offers her money for her exile. Medea explodes. She reminds him of everything she did for him, betraying her father, killing her brother, destroying Peleus. She gave up her home, her royal status, her reputation, all for love of him. And now he discards her like a worn-out cloak. Jason dismisses her. "You should be grateful," he says. "You gained more than you lost by coming to Greece." Medea's hatred hardens into resolve. She will not go quietly. She will make Jason suffer as no man has ever suffered. Medea sends the children inside the house. She follows them. From offstage, we hear the screams. The children cry out for their mother as she strikes. "Mother, no, help us!" One voice, then another, silenced forever. The chorus is horrified. They beg her to stop. But it is too late. Medea has crossed the final line. She has killed her own flesh and blood to destroy Jason's soul. When Jason rushes to the palace in rage and grief, he finds his new bride and father-in-law dead. He demands his children. Medea appears above the house, not on foot, but in a divine chariot sent by her grandfather, the sun god Helios. In her arms are the bodies of her 2 dead sons. She looks down at Jason with triumph and contempt. "You will never hold them again," she says. "Their funeral will be performed by me, not by you, and you will live the rest of your life knowing that your betrayal caused this." Jason curses her. He calls her a monster, a lioness, worse than any beast. Medea replies coldly, "Call me what you like, but you are the one who will suffer. My pain is gone, yours has only just begun." She flies away to Athens, leaving Jason broken on the ground, childless, wifeless, his heroic legacy in ruins. Medea needs safety and time. Fortune brings King Aegeus of Athens to Corinth. He is childless and desperate for an heir. Medea offers him a bargain. If he gives her sanctuary in Athens, she will use her magic to help him have children. Aegeus swears an oath and agrees. Now protected, Medea puts her plan into motion, a plan of cold, calculated cruelty. First, she pretends to forgive Jason. She sends the children to the palace with gifts for the new bride, a beautiful robe and a golden crown. These gifts are poisoned with her sorcery. The robe will burn the skin with unquenchable fire. The crown will melt into the flesh. The Princess Glaus cannot resist the finery. She puts them on. Within moments, the poison takes hold. Her flesh melts, her hair catches fire. She runs screaming through the palace. Her father Creon rushes to save her and dies in the same agonizing flames, embracing his dying daughter. Jason's new family is destroyed. But for Medea, this is only the beginning. Now comes the most horrifying part of the story. Medea knows that the deepest wound she can inflict on Jason is not the death of his new wife, but the death of his sons, the future he values so much. She struggles with herself. The mother in her screams in agony. She looks at her innocent boys playing, their small hands, their trusting eyes. "Oh, my children," she cries, "why do your eyes look at me this way? Why do you smile at me one last time?" Her heart tears in two. Love for her sons battles against her all-consuming need for revenge. For a moment, she almost relents. She considers taking them with her into exile. But then the image of Jason's triumph flashes before her. No, she cannot let him win. She cannot let him laugh while she suffers. Stronger than my love is my hatred, she decides. Euripides' Medea is more than a revenge story. It is a profound exploration of human passion. It asks, how far will a betrayed person go? What happens when love turns to hate? Can justice ever be found in vengeance? Medea is not a simple villain. She is a complex, tragic figure, brilliant, powerful, and deeply wronged by a society that treats women as disposable. Yet her revenge is so extreme that it horrifies even the gods' champions. The play challenges gender roles, the nature of heroism, and the cost of unchecked emotion. Jason represents cold ambition and male privilege. Medea represents the dangerous power of a woman who refuses to be silent. For over 2 millennia, audiences have debated, is Medea justified, or has she become the very monster Jason accused her of being? One thing is certain, this tragedy remains shockingly modern. Betrayal, revenge, the pain of broken families. These themes echo in our world today. And so ends the story of Medea, the wife who took the ultimate revenge, a dark, powerful tale that forces us to look into the abyss of the human heart. If this story moved you, haunted you, or made you think, like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into ancient myths and tragedies. Tell me in the comments, could you ever forgive such betrayal? Or would you understand Medea's rage? Thank you for watching. Stay curious, and beware the wrath of a woman scorned.